Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading for the Scorpio season. This is one of my favorites. I love Scorpio season because of its intensity. I'm a Scorpio moon, so go figure. Intense is the word for Scorpio. It is all about the revelations that it brings. It is death and rebirth. It is purging and renewing. It is highly uncomfortable for all of us, for most people that find this generally uncomfortable. But even me, who likes the shadows to an extent, finds it highly uncomfortable. I like the shadows because of what you get through journeying into them when you find the light, when you have those breakthroughs. But is the shadow journey fun? No, it's uncomfortable, it's painful, it's going back into those, places that we'd rather kept left in the shadows. So no, it's not fun, but it's purposeful. And Scorpio season kind of brings it upon us. And I always say you can either be dragged down or you can actively choose to go down yourself. And that's what I recommend. But it will bring up shadow themes for us all because it is that season where it wants things to die, but it's so things can be reborn. It's so you can nourish your soils, so that a beautiful flower can blossom in the future. It's not just about the actual dying aspect of it. So I hope Scorpio season treats you well. Let me know where it lands in your chart. Where is Scorpio in your chart? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. Anyway, there are 3 piles to choose from, 1, 2, and 3. Pause the video, take a moment, see which one you're the most drawn to, and we're going to go through the Scorpio season, so this coming month for you now. If you'd like to reach out for a one-to-one reading, which is way more in depth and personalized to you, please do, because remember, this is a collective reading. This is for multiple people, so not every single bit may completely resonate with your story and where you're at. Take what resonates, leave the rest. There's messages in here for us all. And with that, I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you picked this card, the shadowy themes for your Scorpio season are: your wounds hold wisdom, experience, insight, and integration. And this is beautiful because it means that there is fully things coming to light for you, which is the point of Scorpio season, but it just means that it is fully activated within you. It's like giving me Chiron, wounded healer elements, where you really start to see how your battle scars actually shine, and that they're purposeful and necessary, and like it's the type of thing that you wouldn't actually get rid of them. Like you needed them to step up into your power, experience, insight, integration. There's this like wise old sage element coming through here, so it feels nice. It doesn't feel quite as heavy as it could do, which is obviously lovely for Scorpio season. But let's dive into it with the tarot to see what it has to say for you. Scorpio season for my pile 1s. They can stay on the floor. We will end up with a floor collection. It never takes long. And of course went with a darker tarot deck for the Scorpio season in keeping with the themes. So we've got the Queen of Cups starting us off, which is wonderful. She's in her power position. She is calm. She is intuitive. She is compassionate. She is emotionally secure. She is sat there holding her cup with absolute like certainty, clarity, and trust in her heart space. And it really does feel like this follow through here of this wisdom being gained and giving you this seat, this comfortable seat of which you've earned from going through your trials and tribulations. It's that wisdom held, and it's very heart-based. Very heart-based indeed. I had not looked at the other cards. We have all cups. This is your heart center. This is your emotional realm. This is linked to relationships and heavily your intuition. And we actually have the Queen and the King bracketing here. So you have both King and Queen in their power positions, and they have very similar energies. King, just like the Queen, is compassionate, emotionally secure, calm, intuitive. There is just this complete and utter sense of clarity of heart and self within both of these cards in their upright positions. This is how we want them, and you've got them as a pair. So that is absolutely beautiful. That's like the divine masculine, divine feminine are completely aligned, and something's really landing. And here in the middle, bracketing that Six of Cups. And this is a card that talks about this being stuck in the past element, because it's a card that is all about this nostalgia and looking back. And in the reverse, there's like, it's in its detriment, it's a bit stuck, but you've got this bracket either side, and it very much feels like this uprising of this, but this is the part we need to deal with. Which elements of you this month, this Scorpio season, are you unrealistic? Are you being naive? Are you stuck in the past? And this is the part we need to deal with, because this is the uprising of you. And that's it. Your wounds hold wisdom. And this is that stuck in the past aspect. We don't want to stay stuck in the past to go back there, to be stuck in it, but we need to learn from it, the experience, the insight, and integrate it so that we can truly rise up. And this is what it feels like this Scorpio season is for you. Let's get some more tarot. Nope, floor card. There we go. Knight of Cups, more cups. So the Knight of Cups and Court card as well. And the Knight of Cups is that knight in shining armor. He is the hopeless romantic of the deck. I love him. I have him tattooed on me, in fact. Not this exact one, but one. And this is a beautiful energy because it's really coming through with this like movement. So this movement of getting you back in alignment of this hopeless romantic, really believing in love element so that this king and queen can truly rise up. So I wouldn't be surprised whatever the Six of Cups here is in the reverse is something to do with where you have not been receiving love in the way you have wanted, and whether that is a partner or a parent or a friend, like it could be different, it could be any and all of the above, to be fair. But the Knight of Cups is coming in saying like we're getting that belief back, we're getting that like that loving romance charm back in action and moving forwards, because something, he's got a full moon behind him with something coming to completion, something leaving. And this is like a blood red moon, so it's like it's just got this intensity, really, really like fiery, really felt. And then the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. And this means that there is, and this is with here, the Six of Cups. And the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse can talk about a lost opportunity. And this with that Six of Cups, that stuck in the past, is that like dealing with something that may no longer come to pass. Something that, as it said, is a missed opportunity, a lost opportunity, something that can no longer be, but something that you need to part ways with. We need the Six of Cups. We need to leave whatever is in the past, but that doesn't mean that we can't believe in love. We truly do want to believe in love. We want to believe in divine partnership. In fact, this is your uprising, but then also the fact it's talking, if you think of it as in this pairing that is separated from each other. They're separated by this being stuck in the past. So it's like this block in between the union. The Knight of Cups coming back in to save the day, to be like, no, we do believe in love. Your wounds hold wisdom, remember. This is what you need to carry through the month. They hold wisdom, they hold lessons, and you take that experience, you take that insight, you integrate it into yourself and then into your way of being, so that in the future, whatever this bit, this stuck in the past, wherever this did not work out, whatever this lost opportunity may have been that blocked this two together, this pairing, will not occur again. My camera is going completely and utterly wonky. It is moving down. Let's get one more card. Eight of Pentacles. Let's try and move you back up. I wonder if you will stay put. I very much doubt it. You're just going to have to stay wonky. Eight of Pentacles is a card about putting in the effort, putting in the work. It is a card about being dedicated to your craft and dedicated to something. I very much recommend journaling this month for you, creative writing, drawing, something that involves getting a pen to paper in some sort of way and really focusing in and honing in. Whatever that may be, really coming in, Crow here with the wisdom it's bringing. Because there is wisdom landing for you this month. You're really going to see with greater clarity, but there's going to be this renewal of hope, of faith, of love in that respect, of how you really feel it at your heart. Let's get one more card. We have Beast. Let's move these, because with that little wonky, it's not really fitting. Conflict, competition, and oppressors. So leaving whatever is bringing conflict behind. And I feel like this is very much conflict of the heart, conflict within, that's coming through more clearly than anything else. And it's about your growth. It is about this movement forwards and away. So anything that brings in this sort of energy as well, moving away from the beast, moving away from conflict, anyone that has oppressed you or oppresses you, it's taking that shift away. And when we have beasts, when we have this energy coming in, it's very easy to stay stuck in that because they hold such power over us. So there's very strong releasing this month for you, pile one. As I said, very strong Scorpio themes anyway, but really leaning into that so that you can actually move towards a position where the wisdom will take you through so that the pairing can come in the future. Some more cards for you. Obstacle, find another road, flexibility and change. So this is that stuck in the past, soul agreement, soul mission, soul plan, life purpose. This stuck in that past aspect, because the obstacle here that it is speaking about, that is blocking you, this is blocking you. Whatever your heart is tied to, whatever you're emoting and connecting towards in that way is causing this big block in your soul agreement, in your soul path, your mission, your life purpose, why you are here, what you are trying to birth into this world, what you are here to birth into this world, whether that be an actual baby or something you are creating with that Eight of Pentacles down here. Not that you don't create a baby, you do that too, also hard work, but whatever this looks like in your reality, find another road, flexibility and change. That Knight of Cups is coming in with that renewal of belief in love and romance, and he's on his horse and he can guide you. So trust in that. Take this belief and guide, take that on the horse you get, guide you away from the beast, guide you away from the lost opportunities. Leave them in the past, because it's time to find another road. Keeping trying to go down the same road is fruitless. There's a block and you're not going to get anywhere. What we want for you is to get down here to your soul agreement. So it is a big month for you in that regard, to get you towards that soul agreement, to get you in alignment. That is the point of this month. So this may be highly uncomfortable, or it may be something that you're like, I know exactly what this is, and you just need to action it. You just need to do it and integrate it. But it is a big month regardless. Let's get some advice for the month of what may help. So we have Cauldron, Harvest and Potion. So Cauldron, I love coming through with that Scorpio witchy season vibes. So Triple Goddess instantly, that could be something you can work with this month. The Cauldron, that making spells element, that making brews, that making potions. So for one, definitely, especially with this harvest coming out and potions, I would definitely recommend feeding yourself well this month. Making stews, making soups, making whatever it may be, mulled cider even, whatever takes your fancy, but creating in a way that is going to fulfill and nourish your body, I think will really, really assist you this month. But we also have that element here of the creation in regards to making something. So this parting the ways and clearing the way and finding another path, because it's trying to get you to create. So if you feel any sparks of creation in any way, shape or form, however that looks for you, really lean into it this month, because remember, death and rebirth, creation, there are both elements within the energetics of Scorpio season. And then we have harvest, determination and hard work. So really put in the work this month in cutting those ties, and then in whatever you are creating, and that, like this movement away, really put the effort in this month, really make those like movements and those shifts, because the more determined you are, the more hard work you put in, the more you will get out of it. That's what the Eight of Pentacles always says. And then we have potion, invigoration and empowerment, because this is what is leading you towards. It's this uprising of you, this king and queen, so they can rise up. And I would also recommend any, you know, if you've got your eyes on any tinctures or potions or witchy things of any description, or if you want some, please reach out, lean into that as well. When this comes up, it's always something to actually use and utilize. It is recommended. So any herbal blends or anything like that, anything that is leaning towards this like empowerment of you. Remember, your wounds hold wisdom, this integration and this rising up of your power, this light in his hands that he's seeing, so that he can then go take it outwards into the world. Let's get some final cards for you. Pile 1 for Scorpio season. Okay, so we have selenite and willow tree, goddess spiral, rites of passage, dreams and support. So you can always use selenite, lean into willow energetics, like call in willow energy, use your dreams. I've got a really lovely dream herbal blend that if you would like, please reach out. That could be of assistance. Double trees here. So really leaning into tree energy, I would say. This rites of passage is this like going down that, like you are moving towards what is right for you, that movement away from the blocked path. And then we have here that andalite and lemon balm. Lemon balm is really good for calming. So if you find your nervous system's a bit out of whack this month, lemon balm can really help. Awakening and transitioning, integrating these energies. So I feel like this is a journey you have been on. None of this is going to be a shock. There's nothing rising up this month that is going to be shocking in regards to the shadows and the discomfort. It's stuff you've already been journeying through. This month is much about integrating it and really awakening and transitioning onto that new path, the path you were always supposed to be on, that rites of passage. Like I said, triple goddess and those spoons there, triple goddess here. So definitely lean on triple goddess energy through this month, especially with the Empress tree, high divine feminine energy coming through, catalyst for change, clarity, freedom and unbinding. This is about your expansion, you're waking up, you're freeing yourself. Ensure you spend time this month really rooting yourself down, making sure you're really rooted and grounded and stable in that way, so that you can assist yourself in the expansion that is coming in your higher chakras, because it truly is coming in. The block is at your heart, and this is what you need to work through this month to really open and expand, to find that wisdom, and it will just kind of like go pow when you allow it. One of the things that will really help, like I said, is this Knight of Cups is actually just starting to really believe in love again and the possibility of love again. Right, me and my wonky camera will leave you there. If you would like to reach out for a more personalized one-to-one reading so we can really go into depth, please do. My details are in the description box below. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, do all of those things. I really appreciate it and I love hearing from you, and I'll see you in my next reading. Hello party, if you picked this card for Scorpio season, this is your energy of your shadows, and we have parental control, overpowering authority, conditional approval and rebellion freeze. So you could be dealing this Scorpio season with parents or some sort of authority figure, and in regards to the ties that bind, the chains that they have, the power that they have over us or have had over us. Because as it says, overpowering authority, conditional approval and rebellion freeze, there's this element of how the bond, how that tie, that bind has really affected us and controlled us in ways we may not even see. Scorpio season is about shadows, remember, this is a shadow deck. So it's about leaning into areas where we see how there are cords that may need cutting, chains that need breaking, and this could be really like through your family line. This could go really deep, or it could literally just be asserting a boundary with somebody that you've never done before because you're realizing that you don't need to allow something in your life. This can come in many forms, but there's definitely this element of like this comes through, it's like cracking the whip, but like this, like an empowering of you this month, leaning into how you can actually stand up and like not be whipped anymore, not like either it's like grabbing the chain and stopping it, snapping it, breaking it, like all these images coming through to my mind. So let's see what the tarot has to say for you. Cups in reverse, Queen of Swords in the reverse, and Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Okay, so the Seven of Cups in the reverse is a card that talks about illusions. It talks about not being fulfilled almost. So the Cups is our heart space. It's our emotional realm. It's that really, and that's our relationships. So in this regard, but this illusion aspect, it's seeing through the block here, the shadow work, the aspect to work on this month will be seeing through what is potentially illusions in regards to actually seeing the truth, and your heart will be your best guide here in regards to really leaning in to the truth of what your heart actually says and not being deceived here. We've got the Queen of Swords in the reverse, and she can be cold-hearted. So it's definitely elements of like taking down the barriers around your heart so that you can stop being like under this illusion, so that you can stop being tricked into seeing things in a way that's not necessarily true or helpful or beneficial or conducive to you and your life and your way of being, because it's about breaking the shackles this month. It's about loosening this control that is being held over you. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and this talks about it's talking about resistance to change, but it talks about breaking cycles, breaking chains. So the time is to really, really, like, this grip needs to go, these cords need to be cut, chains broken, because this is like about breaking cycles. But it does feel like a resistance to this, and the key is really going to be in softening your heart, leaning into your heart space, as opposed to the like being overly analytical, overly of your mind, and then also the barrier that this puts up around your heart for safety. And it's not to say there's anything wrong with the barrier around your heart in regards to why you put it there, because it's always to protect ourselves. But this Scorpio season really is about diving down into the depths and like letting this barrier go, because it will be highly uncomfortable, which is why it's within Scorpio season. Scorpio season vibes: Eight of Swords, Seven of Wands, and the Hermit. So Eight of Swords here talks about victim mentality. The Eight of Swords is a card that is a prison we have built ourselves, that like it is restricting us and stopping us, but this figure is going to walk through it. She's going to trust, no matter how much she cannot see, she's blindfolded here, that she is going to just keep walking, and she's not going to stay stuck in this prison anymore. We are not going to stay stuck in the prison anymore. This is the point. Control is being loosened. And like I said, this doesn't have to be, this could be any sort of authority figure. This could be a boss. Yes, this is obviously could be a parent. It says parental control. It could be a caregiver. It could be a really dominating, overpowering partner, or a friend. Like, there are so many aspects of what this could be. So don't take the parent bit and be like, oh no, it's not that. Or it might be that you really need to look into how these chains need to be broken in regards to this. Because with conditional approval, it's talking about somebody that you have to be a certain way to get their approval. That's the energetics of this card coming through. And what is wanted for you this Scorpio season is to realize that you do not need conditions on your approval. You should be loved and approved and cared for no matter what. It should not be conditional. Seven of Wands here. Seven of Wands is a card that is all about challenge, but perseverance and keeping on going. So this is that element of like having that faith to just keep on pushing forwards and knowing your strength, and really, really taking all of that passionate action drive you have within you to just keep pushing forwards this month. Keep plowing away at this. Keep plowing away at the prison, about that wall that is around your heart, because it is about this softening. The more we can get those swords to fall around your heart, the more we can see what is illusion, what is fantasy, and what is actual like truth. And with that, we can make really good guided choices that help us break free from these cycles. And because we have the Hermit here above it, and I love the Hermit because the Hermit is a card that is all about soul searching and introspection and really seeking this inner guidance and being led by it and trusting it. And that is what you'll be able to do once the barrier comes down from around your heart. So that is the first point of call. Work on that 𝑒𝑎𝑟𝑡 cage around your heart. Start to soften it as best you can. We will get some cards in a second in regards to how to help you with that. Okay, sorry, a card did flip and then I couldn't find it. So apprentice, higher education, beliefs and wisdom. This uprising of you, pile 2, this apprentice, this learning how to be you in a really authentic way, which is all the easier when that barrier has come down from around the heart. Higher education, beliefs and wisdom. It's leaning into systems that teach you, guide you, ones that you want to learn, not ones that have necessarily been forced upon you here in some way by whoever it may be, even if it is just society, for example. But this uprising of you, and this person has like this, all this wood around is making me think of these wands, that drive, that passion, that perseverance to keep going through the challenges, to just keep pushing through, because it is about you rising up. Let's get some cards in regards to how we can help you with this sword cage around your heart. So we have singing stones and then the cave. Okay, so first point of call, use your voice. Literally sing. And speaking your truth is obviously a massive part of this, but transmit your vibration and use your voice. Sing it out, sing to songs you love, sing, like learn new songs, whatever it may be, but using your voice. Sing to your heart. Sing love songs, sing beautiful medicine songs is what I recommend, or whatever you just, whatever is your vibe. If that stuff's not your vibe, but singing to really help shift the energetics at your heart space. So also listening to any sort of frequency tones that are based at the heart chakra would really assist with this as well. Like look for ones that help with unblocking. And then we have the cave, retreat, time out, self-care and slow down. And we have the hermit here. So very much an inward turn this month to do this work. So really focusing in on it, really spending time in your cave, in your sanctuary, taking that time out, because this is all a process. You need that self-care because this will be big. So spending that time to really look after yourself, slowing down into this process, but also just ensuring that you are eating well, sleeping well, resting well, getting some like good downtime, whether that's snuggles with your pets or a partner or your teddy bear. Like do whatever like brings you joy, read a good book or watch a good Netflix series, whatever's your vibe, but look after yourself. And even though the weather's turning, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, I also do recommend groups in nature. Ooh. And because despite all of this, we have Basil here, prosperity, luck and love. We have buds, new beginnings and expansions, and then we have the mortal and pestle. So I also, with this card coming out, integrate basil into your diet this month. Eat plenty of it will really assist you because it's coming through. This is more the advice guidance part, but also take that as a lovely omen with the prosperity, luck and love coming in. We have buds, new beginnings and expansion. There's this awakening, like I said, this apprentice, this uprising of you, this little eye that's about to open. So there really is this birthing here. But nothing can birth without that like sword cage down. And then mortar and pestle, integration, subtlety and thoroughness. So this is obviously a very slow way of like grinding a herb. So this is about that slowness, that subtlety. It's slow, it's methodical, it's like dedication to what it is that you're wanting to put this time and effort in this day and age at least. So spend the time this month, dedicate yourself to this to really get the best out of it for you. Ooh, let's get some final cards for you. Pile 2 for Scorpio season. We have the Diamond Ray, Diamond Light Body, High Frequency Activations, Planetary Grid Work, and Pixie Helpers in Green Adventuring. Not all wanderers are lost, clearing the way, luck and opportunity. So you have such beautiful abundance and luck coming your way, and such, as I said, high frequency activations. You've got like this light coming down from above, you've got light coming up. So you're truly being activated to be able to expand. But this cannot penetrate your heart without that block coming down, without that wall coming down. So this is the purpose of it. You need to work on that wall around your heart so that you can move forwards. Do not worry, not all wonder is a loss. You may be completely out in the dark with it, with this experience, and then afterwards, but it's clearing the way to put you on the right path. So if you're feeling lost and unstable and ungrounded, don't worry, you're definitely on the right path. But please do reach out if you would like a session with me so that we can really ground that in. We can really get you to truly believe and really sit with that truth. I will leave it there for you, pile 2. Like I said, reach out if you want a one-to-one session, whether that's a reading or some energy work or some mentorship. Like, share, subscribe, do all of those things. I truly appreciate it and it helps. And I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pile 3. If you picked this card, this is your Scorpio season reading, and we have the lonely child for you for the shadowy aspects of this Scorpio season: isolation, inner void, and emotional hunger. So this is a card I've pulled for kind of the shadowy themes coming up within this Scorpio season, as it is a massive theme of Scorpio season. And we have this hole in this back of this poor little child: isolation, inner void, and emotional hunger. So what you'll really be leaning into is that lonely child within. So inner child healing, inner child work, that element of the shadows is definitely going to be really key for you this month, to deal with that inner void where you were emotionally starved. Potentially as a child, this can go into teen years, and this can also then follow through. Those patterns tend to repeat. So what we learn in our childhood, we then accept from other people. So it's something that potentially started then, and then you accept it in relationships as you grow. That is where we are spending the focus of this Scorpio season for you. Let's get some tarot. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands, we have Temperance, and then we have the King of Swords. Page of Wands is the fire element, and the Page of Wands is very enthusiastic because it's got that younger, naive, beautiful energy. It's a free spirit. It wants to explore, it wants to discover. It has that energy and that passion and that drive behind it. So there's really is this oomph from you, from from deep in your belly is how I'm feeling it this month, to really push forwards with this, because you are a seeker of balance. Temperance in the upright, you want the balance, and you want to bring in this great divine purpose that comes through with Temperance, because this is major arcana, so it's like a bigger life moment. So it's really saying that this is the part, you're doing this work enthusiastically through this month. Well done, you. Because you are so set on wanting this deep balance within. You want this equilibrium, you want this harmony, and you know that doing the work here is conducive to that. Because we then have the King of Swords on his throne, in his power. He is clear thinking, he has that clarity, he has that truth, he knows how to speak truth and think clearly. So this is an empowerment element of your masculine energies, because we've got masculine with the wands and the swords, the fire and the air here, and bringing in the balance. But the balance here lies, this is the uprising of your masculine power, of that real being able to stand with a stance in the world in a really strong, secure way, which is beautiful. But to balance it, we need to deal with the shadows, the emotional impact of this lonely child, the emotional hunger, that inner void. But you are action-packed to want to do it, and knowing it serves this element of you as well, in the world. Oh, that's a card for the floor. Death in the reverse. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. And we've got a double here. We will keep them both. So, Death in the reverse. Beautiful card to come up in Scorpio season, as it is the season of death and rebirth. The Death card is on point. And the Death in reverse talks about transformation. It talks about an inner purging, but it can also talk about a resistance to it. So it's like this push forwards, but like coming up against resistance, because this push forwards is masculine and this is that emotional realm. So it may feel highly uncomfortable to go into these places. But what I would say is, when you feel that resistance, really lean into it. Lean into the resistance when you feel it. This is how you help the endings and the transformation and the transitions really occur. But it's just indicating that you've got the oomph to do it, but then there will just be those bits of like within this inner purging, because it's such a deep personal transformation where the resistance will come up. Don't run and hide from it, really just lean in. Nine of Pentacles here in the reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse can talk about being overly invested in like the material realm, in the humanness of things. And we've got this balance up here. So the balance will be between the worldly humanness, but also the dedication you put in this month, which is definitely necessary in regards to this process, because it will actually bring you greater balance in the long run. So within this, you need to balance where you are spending your time, where you are investing your energies, your money potentially, because the thing with Scorpio season is really asking you to lean into this. It really wants you to, throw caution to the wind and really lean into the death and rebirth process. This is talking about the humanness and just saying that like there may be elements here, especially if there's resistance, where you just want to dive into work to avoid. Don't do that. We then have the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So swords, all swords here. Swords being that air element in that it's our frame of mind. And the Knight of Swords is pushing forwards. He's on his, like he's strong, he's in his power stance, he's on his horse, moving forwards. He is action orientated, which is wonderful. So you've got this, both these active signs. We have the Nine of Swords here. And the Nine of Swords is a card that talks about this intense anxiety and like the nightmares, despair, like depression. It's these heavy, heavy swords that are weighing down. So maybe expect many a sleepless night this month with these swords. But the point is, these swords are weighing down, but this process is to empower. So you hold the sword, it glows. This is what the knight is saying. Like, the knight is coming saying, look, he's got this glowing sword sparking and he's coming to assist you so that you can get into this power stance. None of these are obviously sparkling. These are all the weight of the things. But he will come in that, like, with that, like that action. That's the action you need to take, that action orientated, like push forwards to deal with the weight of these, the weight of this that weighs you down, that has weighed you down for a very, very long time. Really leaning into whatever this inner void is, wherever you were emotionally starved, wherever you feel like this little child with a fucking like massive gaping hole in its back. Where were you not served? Where were you not loved? Where were you not held? Where were you not given enough of what you need? That's the weight of these swords. But in dealing with them, we will find really, really divine, great balance. And then we have Ascension, transformation, end of cycle, and beginnings. Truly, truly, truly wants this death and rebirth cycle for you this Scorpio season. Lean in. Lean into any resistance, lean into the discomfort, lean in. Those swords that weigh heavy and have weighed heavy your whole life, that dangle above you, that keep you up at night, lean into it. Like, go into, like, spend time with your inner child, spend time with, what do those swords look like with this? It's like they weigh over you your whole life and they're just there, and kind of like, even like you're used to them potentially, but it's actually saying, stand up, get the sword off that hook that it's hanging from, look at it. What does it say? What can you see in that reflection? What are the words on it? What are like the images that come through? What are the video reels that play in your mind's eye when you look at each sword? Spend time with them. This is how we move through the shadows, is in actually like being with what's there, seeing the truth of it, accepting the truth of it, and so it doesn't weigh heavy on us. Then we have the 𝐂𝐚𝐫𝐿, elder, teacher, wise one, and experience. So, and then releasing the past. So lean into your elders, your teachers, your wise ones for sure. But this is also about realizing that you hold all of that within you, stepping into the 𝐂𝐚𝐫𝐿, that crone energy. knowing that everything that this has taught you is there to actually empower you, as uncomfortable as it may be, and taking the wisdom from it to do what we need to do so we can rise up, so we can have this balance, releasing the past, emerging, transforming, and energies transmuted. This death, rebirth, this ascension, this is the end of a cycle, so you can really move forwards in a whole new way, pile 3. And in that new way, in that new version, is an elder version of you, the crone, that comforts, that holds the inner child. I would recommend doing a journey, a guided meditation, potentially, like, if you can self-guide, do something where you guide from your crone energy, your grandma, grandpa energy within, and within that energy that you go to your inner child, you go to that smaller version of you in that journey, in that meditation, and you give them the love, the nourishment, the words, whatever it is that they needed. Time looping and all these aspects are very real things, and when we do these things, this is why we do journeys, you are genuinely going back and helping your child, and then it will bounce back through to the now. It really helps. That may sound really weird and may have just gone a bit woo woo. If you're very unsure on stuff and you want someone to guide you through it, please reach out. We can do it together. But a big shift for you, big death rebirth cycle for you this month, this Scorpio season. Roots, healthy patterns and early growth, going back to those roots, getting out toxic patterns, getting out all the toxicity, so the roots don't have, like, there's no badness in your roots anymore, and going in and leaning into where it was bad, seeing the truth of it. It's really about accepting and clearing the way. Potion, invigoration and empowerment. And then harvest, with determination and hard work. So this is the uprising of you. I would lean in with this stuff coming through. Things that you could consider, because they're in the cards. Mushrooms, if you are drawn to them. There are a variety, and I do not necessarily mean magical. Go where you're guided. If you've got a calling, there's definitely something there. Potions, so any tinctures, meldings, herbal blends, whatever it may be. If you want something specifically made for you, please let me know, and I can make one, like, completely for whatever you need for this, whatever it may be. But lean into those types of things. They will really assist you this month. And harvest, determination and hard work. So put in be determined, put in the hard work, because that's, you reap what you sow. The harder you work at this, the more you will get out of it. The greater the death, the greater the rebirth. So really go for it this month. Like I said, this overinvestment in work, this is actually that card saying, like, don't overinvest in work, invest your time as heavily as you can in this month. And also with that potions and then the harvest coming through, good foods, soups, stews, whatever it is, make sure you're nourished, is definitely coming through. Some final cards for you. Secret garden, sacred space, cultivate your space, inner beauty and self-care. And then the green man and moss agate, ritual and ceremony, new spirit guides and tree wisdom. So nature for sure will help you. This is that, like, building a sanctuary. How you will step through this new doorway is about that stepping back, that self-care, that spending time with this. This also, when we're dealing with this stuff, it can be really tough and intensive. So lots of self-care practices so that you can restore yourself as you journey through this. Like I said, cultivate your space, inner beauty and self-care. Build yourself a nice little slug, a nice little nest where you can go read a book or watch Netflix or, I don't know, paint your nails, whatever you like doing. That just is that element of really feeding you and like reinvigorating yourself this month. And then with ritual and ceremony, lean into something like that this month. We can self-guide, or I could guide you with either if you want something like that. But lean into practices. You could go to workshops or ceremonies, like as in, led ceremonies of some description. And New Spirit Guides just says that this is the stepping into a whole new way of being, where you will be guided by somebody new. So just leaning into oak energy potentially, especially the screen man coming through, and asking oak for its strength, its support, its power, its courage, its determination. From the tiny acorn grows the mighty oak. So really bringing that through to assist you with this process this month. That divine masculine strength will really help you. Right, I will leave it there for you. If you'd like to reach out for any of the things I mentioned, please do. And like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in my next reading.